Welcome to Congressional Connector TV with your host, Congressman Sandy Levin.
I will head home and look families straight in the eye and say the federal government is on your side, providing support during this downturn and making key investments for the future.
And now here's your host, Congressman Sandy Levin.
We know very well our state and nation are facing a terrible economic crisis. We've lost 4.5 million jobs since the start of the recession. And Michigan's unemployment rate stands at 11.6%. And nationwide, there are now currently almost 3 million people who've been unemployed for 27 weeks or more. This is the highest number of long-term unemployed in the country in 60 years. And at the core of this financial meltdown is the housing crisis. So our topic today is local efforts to address foreclosures in our communities. And I'm fortunate to be joined by our two guests, Fred Zorin. Fred's the Deputy Administrator for the City of Southfield, and Carlo Centilla, another old friend, who's the Director of Planning and Community Development for Clinton Township. Tell us about what this program is doing in your community. Carlo, maybe we'll start with you.
Sure.
Clinton Township.
That's correct. And at any one point in time, we probably have another. Through the Neighborhood Stabilization Program, Clinton Township is going to be receiving $2.147 million. With that money, we're going to be providing an opportunity for people that are interested in owning a home with low to moderate income levels and actually middle income levels. We'll provide them with a $10,000 down payment assistance, and we'll provide them with up to $25,000 for rehab on the homes. And this is important to Clinton Township because at this point in time we have, as of Friday, we had 546 homes that are foreclosed upon. 546. That's correct. And at any one point in time, we probably have another 1,000 that are going through the process. These homes are creating a problem in the neighborhoods in many ways. The banks are not keeping them up. The grass grows long in the summertime. In the wintertime, we've had problems with they fail to have the water turned off, so the pipes burst in the basement, so we get basements full of water, and that creates mold issues. We have vandalism, windows are broken out. So we get a lot of calls from the residents in those neighborhoods, complaining about the homes, and they're fearful that the values of their homes are going down. So this will give us an opportunity to get interested people and provide them some assistance. We'll bring the homes back up to a reasonable standard, based on township requirements. We'll provide a down payment assistance if needed. The home will be back on the tax roll. It'll help stabilize property values in the neighborhoods, and obviously it'll also get an opportunity to a person to own a home.
So Fred, in Southfield, what's happening? As you know, this is the first step. We passed this bill in the Congress some months ago, and since then new programs have been announced. The administration is now very much stepping up the pace and is going to try to help prevent foreclosure so people can stay in their homes. They don't have to leave them because of financial pressures. That program is just underway, while the stabilization program of a couple months ago was in your hands to develop. So tell us what it's about, why money really matters here, why it was important we took action in Washington.
The city of Southfield received $3.2 million. The foreclosure crisis has impacted 1 out of every 24 homes in the community. Similar to Carlos's statements in Clinton Township, we at any one time have up to 1,000 homes going through that foreclosure process. In Southfield, we identified 5 activities utilizing our neighborhood stabilization funds. The primary 2 activities are, we have set aside $800,000 to assist low to moderate income families, and we also have an additional $1.6 million to assist families who are middle income. We're excited about that middle income group because that's a new group for HUD. HUD has typically only provided assistance to low to moderate income families. The household income for a family of 5 in that middle income group is as high as $85,000. So this is a new group we can help become homeowners. We also have down payment assistance. We also set aside some money to facilitate some demolition in homes that are beyond repair. I think the significance to Southfield and our neighborhoods is we've communicated some hope that activities and rehab work will be happening. This has impacted the entire city. It's not just one segment. In our case, HUD had developed some very sophisticated scoring systems that indicated every census tract in the city of Southfield was impacted by foreclosures. So we're excited. It's a message that work will be happening. These are going to be local dollars spent in the local economy. Spending in locally will mean that people are working locally, so we'll be putting some more folks back to work as well.
You know, you two work in communities that are somewhat apart geographically, and it's in the district I represent, one part in the southwest part and the other Clinton Township kind of way up. But the problems are somewhat similar. They're not identical, but somewhat similar. For example, you said almost every area of the city. In the township, this challenge really exists almost throughout the township.
Pretty much. We've identified 5 areas within Clinton Township that are eligible. They're low, moderate income, middle income areas. And like Fred said, that middle income group of people that are going to be eligible now because of the neighborhood stabilization program and how it's structured, it's very exciting to give them an opportunity to become homeowners as well.
And you mentioned the word hope. I think a key part of why we passed it was to provide some hope that some assistance was coming. These are, you mentioned middle income families who have been working, have had middle income status and have seen it really pressured, right? And so really in terms of our communities, almost everybody has been affected by this downturn. And that was what gave us the impetus to pass the Stabilization Act. And you've been working your hands full, right?
I haven't received many of those calls, but I'm sure they're out there.
I have received those calls. In Southfield, we established a program called Eyes on Southfield 24/7. Our code enforcement division has been out there working with neighborhood associations where we count on and are grateful for those neighbors who call and let us know, window's been broken, there's water coming out of the basement. Those are critical, that we need their assistance. This is impacting everyone's home values. If the neighborhood stabilization can stabilize property values, again, it gives us a baseline to work from. Then hopefully we can work to create a period of appreciation in the future for our residents.
You know, it's important we're discussing this because the real test of programs, whether it's in Washington or Lansing, is what it means in the lives, right, of the people that we represent, the families who are really striving to maintain what is so important to them, their homes, their jobs, college education for their kids. And I think the real test of this program is what it will mean within the neighborhoods that are in our communities.